Have you ever imagined what it would be like to go back in time and discover the moments that shaped everything Naruto became? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore today. But hold on tight, because what seems like just a flashback arc actually hides emotions. It all begins right after one of the most impactful moments in the Leaf Village. Naruto finally being recognized after everything he's been through. But while the village tries to recover, the world outside continues to move. And that's where things start to get tense, because news spreads quickly. Pain has been defeated, and that completely changes the balance of power. At the same time, we have someone who is not at all satisfied, Sasuke. He is still searching for answers, and above all, for revenge. And now, with all this happening, different forces begin to move towards the Leaf Village. But while the present heats up, the story decides to take us to the past. And it is here that everything takes on a completely different weight. We begin to relive moments from Naruto's childhood, and right away, we see that painful contrast. Naruto wasn't admired, quite the opposite. He was ignored, avoided, and even despised. But even so, he kept trying to get attention, trying to make friends, trying to exist in the world of people. And that's where an essential figure enters this story, Iruka. If there was anyone who made a difference in Naruto's life, it was him. Even when Naruto made a mess, played pranks, and seemed impossible to handle, Iruka never gave up. He never treated him like a monster. And that changes everything. Because while everyone saw Naruto as a problem, Iruka saw something much bigger, a lonely boy wanting to be recognized. And there's a moment that marks this in an absurd way, when Naruto tries to get close to other children, but is rejected, and worse, sent away. But that doesn't break him. It awakens something. Naruto decides to get revenge, in his own way, creating a prank in the cemetery, trying to scare everyone. And it might even seem silly, but there, in the middle of all that, there's pain, there's loneliness, there's a boy trying to be seen. And when Iruka realizes this, we understand the weight of the situation. Because at that moment, it wasn't just about a joke. It was about how Naruto was perceived by the village, and that affects him deeply. But the next day, the story takes a more serious turn. Naruto, desperate for acceptance, accepts a dangerous challenge, going to a forbidden area, a battle zone. All this just to try to be accepted by other children. Look at the level of this. And of course, things get out of control. Naruto ends up getting involved with real enemies, dangerous people, and for the first time, his life is truly at risk. Iruka realizes what happened and desperately goes after him. And here, the tension rises, because it's no longer a game, it's survival. Naruto tries to escape, uses everything he knows, but he's still just a child. And when all seems lost, help arrives, but not without consequences. This moment is crucial, because it's here that Naruto begins to understand something important. He doesn't just want attention. He wants respect. He wants to be strong. He wants to be someone important. And it's at this instant that one of the greatest dreams in history is born. Naruto decides he will become Hokage, not out of pride, but because he believes that this is the only way to be recognized. And when Iruka hears this, he doesn't laugh, he doesn't doubt, he supports him. And this completely changes Naruto's destiny. But while this past shapes who he is, the present continues to move forward, and the threats are getting bigger and bigger. New enemies, new plans, and decisions that will affect the entire village. But we're going to delve even deeper. In the present, the chaos was only beginning. The Leaf Village was still recovering from the destruction caused by pain, and the situation was more serious than it seemed. Tsunade was in critical condition, unconscious, after using all her chakra to save the village. And this creates a gigantic problem, because without a Hokage, The village is vulnerable, and it is at this moment that the leaders begin to meet. The decision needs to be made quickly. Who will take command now? Several names emerge, and among them, Kakashi, a respected ninja, experienced, disciple of the fourth Hokage. He seemed like the perfect choice. But then, someone appears who completely changes the course of history. Danzo. And if there's one thing you need to understand, it's that Danzo doesn't play fair. He represents the darkest side of the village, cold, calculating, and willing to do anything for what he believes to be the greater good. And with a firm speech, he convinces the feudal leader, and that's it. Danzo becomes the new Hokage. Meanwhile, Sasuke is also on the move, and this time, he's not hesitating. He gathers his team and makes it clear. His plan begins now. To destroy Konoha. Yes, everything Naruto wants to protect is in the sights of someone who was once his friend. And then we return to another part of the story that many people ignore, but which has enormous weight. Gaara. Remember him? The guy who was once consumed by hatred, but who changed completely after fighting Naruto. Now, he is the Kazekage. And more than that, he understands Naruto like no one else. And when he talks about him, it's powerful. Gaara recognizes something that few can see. That the Leaf Village is lucky, very lucky, to have someone like Naruto. Someone willing to give his own life to protect others. And that says a lot. But meanwhile, another story unfolds. This time, with Jiraiya and Naruto, during training. And here, we see something different. It's not just about fighting, it's about connection. Because the more time passes, the more Jiraiya sees Minato in Naruto. The same traits, the same determination, and that moves him. But of course, nothing is simple. They end up getting involved in an unexpected conflict. A village dominated by enemies, people being used, controlled, forced to obey, and Naruto, as always, can't ignore it. Even though it's dangerous, even though it's not his responsibility, he decides to help, because that's Naruto. And during this mission, we see how much he has evolved, but also how much he still has to learn, because the enemy they face isn't just anyone. He controls a creature, a real threat, and not even Naruto's attacks work on the first try. Now think about that. Even with all the power, it's still not enough. And that's where something essential comes in. Teamwork, confidence, and above all, persistence. Jiraiya holds off the fight. He buys time, while Naruto prepares his attack. And when it finally happens, it's devastating. The giant Rasengan, a blow that carries not only strength, but everything Naruto represents. And this time, it works. The enemy is defeated. People are saved. And once again, Naruto proves who he is. But the most important moment comes later, when Jiraiya remembers something. Minato, Naruto's father. And he realizes that in a way, he's there, training the son of his own student. It's as if everything is connected, as if the past and the present meet at that moment. And that is powerful. But of course, Naruto being Naruto, breaks the mood in his own way. So if you've made it this far, you already know. This story just keeps getting better from here on out. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and get ready, because the next arc is simply insane. See you in the next video.